Is your newborn causing neck pain and stiffness? Is your new stiffness? Is your newborn causing neck pain and stiffness? Hi, I'm William Fuller, certified massage therapist, wellness educator, and founder of Vision Body Mind. And today we're going to be looking at how this beautiful little cherub, this is a little my daughter's doll that I've stolen off her. Just don't tell her; she will have a meltdown. She's approaching 2 now, so shh. Basically what we're thinking about here is why this newborn could be causing neck pain and stiffness. And what I would like to clarify and kind of separate this straight away from the beginning is I don't like to think of it as the newborn is causing the pain. I think of it as our biomechanics that could be causing the pain. If we can address that, then there's no need to build this neck pain and stiffness, and then we can avoid that altogether. So just very, very quickly in this video, I'm just going to cover why it could be causing it. So it's going to cue you in a little bit more. It's going to help you with the cognitive side of things, so that if you're doing one of these few things that I'm going to talk about today, then it's going to help cue you in quicker rather than pain and stiffness being your cue in. It's going to be kind of your cognitive awareness and also your kinesthetic awareness of your body that's going to tell you what's going on. So put very simply, because I'm here in downtown San Francisco, I do pre-postnatal massage. I find that a lot of my mums and parents are struggling with neck pain and stiffness. And I do find that it's very avoidable with just a couple of few tweaks that's going to help work with that. And the reason why this is important, because even if you go and get a pre-postnatal massage, if you don't correct what's causing the pain in the first place, it's just going to come back again. All that's happening is the tissue is reacting to its functional use, and then that's what's causing the pain. Basically, think of pain as the body's way of telling you that something needs to change. That's it. But the challenge is we're already sleep deprived, maybe a little bit hungry, maybe our partner isn't taking up as much as the slack as we would like them to do. Maybe they're trying to figure out what's going on with work. We're trying to figure out how to squeeze in work. Maybe we're up at 2 o'clock in the morning trying to feed for the 5th time that night. So there's a lot of this stress around newborns, and I've got one coming up very soon here. So this is why I'm shooting this video, kind of a preparation for myself because I know what's coming. But put simply, the reason what's causing it here is the tissue, and I do encourage you to check out my videos on breastfeeding and what's causing neck pain there, and I go a little bit more into detail there. But you could imagine this as tissue here, muscle tissue. It's connecting up into the neck here. If we are leaning our head forwards like this, you're putting a lot of strain in through this tissue and then also in through the cervical spine here as well. Now, I do find the big problem with this is so many of us have been stuck behind a desk or a computer for many hours. So the tissue is already kind of just waiting for an excuse to be angry. Now all of a sudden we're doing kind of this for quite a few hours during the day, but then also we're bent over changing diapers, and now all of a sudden we're bent over on the floor taking pictures of our little one. So there's all this kind of head forwards in position, and then on top of that, especially for a mum, there's fatigue, there's recovery from childbirth, there's all these other things going on in there that's going to contribute to the neck pain and stiffness. So what I'm saying, let's at least work with the variables that we have more control over. We don't have variables over the 2 a.m. situation there. But as far as how do we think about our biomechanics during the day? So a couple of tips, what I recommend for neck and stiffness. One is, instead of leaning the head forward like this, try to think about tucking the chin down a little bit like that. Now, obviously you're not choking yourself, but you want to try and get yourself in a position where this feels a little bit more comfortable rather than leaning the head forward. Tip number 2 is that if you are not breastfeeding or changing a baby or holding a baby or doing the 5 S's or whatever you do in order to try and get the little one to sleep, then what it is that you want to be thinking about is outside of that. What are you doing with your biomechanics? Chopping vegetables, texting, sending pictures of the little one, how they just spat up all over you for the 5th time today. Then what are we doing with this head positioning? Because that's going to help with the pain that's coming in through the neck. Because now all of a sudden, remember, if we're saying that pain is the body's way of telling us something needs to change, if you can remove that what needs to change situation by getting the neck into correct alignment, now all of a sudden that we don't have to worry about the body doesn't have to worry about telling you that something needs to change. And then the stiffness is all that muscle tissue all in through the neck. It's trying to grab the head to try and hold your head in that position. It's not designed to contract any more than like 20 minutes until it's going to fatigue. So we want to think about being in this correct alignment so that the tissue doesn't have to stiffen up around it, and then it doesn't have to pull down and create a pain signal due to overuse, some mild inflammation, and then also telling you, hey, I know you've got a screaming baby, but this isn't how I was designed. I need you to be in a better position here. Okay, great. Well, I hope you found this information useful. If you do, please feel free to subscribe to the YouTube channel below. You'll also find quite a few more videos there on what I've talked about with shoulder pain, neck pain, with breastfeeding, and then also holding your baby. If you are interested in some more information, please head over to visionbodymind.com. There's a lot more free resources there, especially, and I'll leave a little pause for this just so you hear this, a free 5-day posture challenge for head and neck. Now, don't worry, the last thing you need right now is another challenge. Having a newborn is a challenge enough. But basically what it is, it's just 5 short mini meditations, less than 5 minutes. They're designed to kind of de-stress a little bit, bring you back into the body a little bit more so you can be more aware of what's going on with the head. Because I know you're hearing, Will, this is great, but there's a lot going on right now. I'm extremely busy. It's very hard for me to be aware of what's going on in my head. So that's what the audios are designed to do. Start to build the awareness on what's going on with the head and neck. It gets you to be a little bit more conscious about what you're doing with your head positioning, because everyone has their own little thing that they do to tighten up the tissue in through here. So step number 1 is you discover what's going on with that poor habit. Step number 2 is to then ask you to find a correction that works with that. So by the end of the 5 days, you've actually identified the problem in the first place. Remember, all this work at Vision Body Mind, we're looking at treating the cause. We're not looking at trying to help these symptoms or the way you want to help the symptoms, but we're not treating the symptoms, we treat the cause. And then by the end of the 5 days, you're giving how do you actually correct that head positioning in the first place. So building neck awareness, de-stressing, and then giving a correction to create a new, what I call posture habit. Okay, great. Well, I'm not going to take up any more of your time. Thank you very much for joining me here today. If you found this information useful, you know anyone who could find this information useful who might be experiencing back, neck, or shoulder pain, please feel free to share this with them through social media or just hit them up on this information, head them over to Vision Body Mind so they could sign up for the free challenge too. Enjoy the rest of your day, and here's to living a happy, healthy, active life.